everyone. I'm Allison. Thank you for joining me for Where I'm From, number 164 with Kelly. Um, Vote. I think this looks backwards to you, but vote. This is my last poem before the big day. So if you have not voted already, I have voted already. But if you haven't, I read The All Night Sun by Diane Zinna. She joined me for poem 160, and it was, hi, Kelly.
Hi.
We did it
Wow. This
without
is
any
wonderful.
complications.
It's amazing. I've never done this before.
Oh, good. I'm so many people's first Instagram live.
Yeah,
So now
it's
you can just
great.
get on and do it whenever you want.
Awesome. I'm really thrilled to be here and honored that you invited me. So,
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm always amazed when people say they're honored because I'm like, of course, I would love for you to join me. So
yeah,
I'm thrilled you're here. And it's a worthwhile distraction from all that's going on in the world.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like it's good to think about our words and the importance of them. And I think sometimes it feels a bit futile, and it's
Yeah.
not.
And it's good to make art in the face of,
Yeah.
the word.
Yeah.
I don't know
Tyranny.
if this is, a censored Instagram live
Oh,
or,
yeah. Not by me, but you never know with them. I think that I'm not important enough, I hope. But I am wearing my vote t shirt, the vote.
oh, yes, I voted yesterday. Everybody vote, vote, vote.
I
Yeah,
voted last week, and it feels good.
it
It
does.
feels real good. And I get the email that says your vote's been counted, and it feels like, you know,
And we're using our voice,
yeah,
here on Instagram with your feature where I'm from, as well as when we vote. So
yes. Yes, and with all you do, which we can talk about later. So, do you want to read your poem, or do
sure,
you want to talk about other things now?
we we
Lots of
can
times it's just good
we
to
can
get through.
start with my
Okay.
poem. Okay. First of all, I just want to say I love everything you're doing.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love your animated essay that I just
Oh,
read, and the fact that you're going to be in the anthology Broken Free, and everybody go to Voices on Addiction and read her
well,
essay featured there. No Escape. It's excellent.
I was going to mention voices on addiction because I feel
There
like
you will.
not that we're the same, but I just feel like that series. It's like there's something really beautiful about a series that just continues like to exist and add people to its family because I mean addiction is something I mean maybe it doesn't affect all of us, but I feel like it does.
You, well, it does. It affects
Yeah,
everyone, and the purpose of the column is to remove the stigma, and it's for everyone because anybody, all of us are affected by addiction, whether or not we are
right.
addicted or whether or not we have a loved one who's addicted.
Yep.
So pretty much, across the spectrum. So thank you for that shout out. I
Oh
appreciate
yeah, I love it. I
it.
think it's just so powerful. And I'm a big fan of anything that, removes stigma or shame because those are the things that paralyze us
Yeah,
and silence us. Uh, and I think the
big time.
more we feel comfortable sharing our words and our stories, the more other people feel comfortable. And I mean, thank you for the shout out to Broken Free, the Estrangement Anthology, because for me, it's a real, I mean, I'm 30 years out. At the time, it was like I was a real weirdo. And so,
Yeah,
not that other people weren't doing it, Kelly, of course they were, but just people weren't talking about it. We didn't even have the word estrangement. And I know that you also deal
right.
with it, and so many people do. And to just kind of shift the focus from us being broken to us, you know,
Being
being free.
broken
Yeah.
free, broken free. That's what we are.
Yep.
Okay. And that's what I have to remember every day, one day at a time. I'm broken free
Yeah.
and I'm helping break others free.
Yep. Yeah.
And everybody is invited into that freedom. But it's a very scary thing.
It
It's
is.
not an
It is.
exclusion. It's really an invitation, but many people are not ready to answer that.
Yes. It's very personal.
Yeah. So
All right. Well, speaking of
Okay,
broken free, please read your poem.
okay. Where I'm from. I'm from library books, fat pencils, and big cheap tablets. From a brown shingled house on Irene Street, scrubbed down, clapboard, lemon oiled, and spotless. I am from rhubarb pulled from the yard, dipped in sugar. Sunday afternoon music jams and devout women from Allie Mae and Martha Patsy Catherine. From stories told and untold, ballads sung, secrets paying. From a storefront near Mistaken Creek, whiskey drunk and cards dealt. A gunfight over a woman, a bastard claim, some say it was self-defense. A dented pocket watch carried close to his heart saved my great uncle that night. The bullet stopped just shy of his chest and spared him. But his sister, my grandmother, was the storyteller, her voice laced with a Kentucky lilt. With a thumb so soft, she strummed her guitar and sang us back to sleep. I'm from gospel truth, God's chosen people, and hymns old and new from the Kentucky hollers of my grandmother and the Illinois farmland sharecropped after the Great Depression. I'm from the three sloping steps of the North Dakota of my mother and church 3 times a week. Chicken and dumplings, red-eye pot roast, and bread and gravy, pop, not soda. I'm from a bus ride to the USO dance at the end of World War II, where a shy Southern soldier and a Northern student nurse met, and the rest was history. I'm from a vanished world that never was, on a bridge collapsing to the future. Thank you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. There's so many things in there that really hit, but I mean, the vanishing past that never was. It's so what we're all talking about right now currently, but I think it is something we also carry with us in our bones, this sort of idea of what once was, and how that divorce, how we imagine it once was actually what it was. And I thought you did such a beautiful job of picking all these really lovely memories that are interlaced with sadness, but like I felt like I was there with you and that we can have both of these in our past, these
Mm,
beautiful things that we carry with us, but that doesn't mean they're without pain. um, and
yeah,
I thought it really hit me in the heart.
thank you.
um, yeah. And my husband's from Texas, so chicken and dumplings, that made me think
Oh,
of his
yeah,
grandma, and that was the one thing she could cook. And it was love.
definitely
Like it was
a
100% love.
absolute favorite family
Yeah.
dish. You know, my husband makes it for me today.
Aw. Right?
Whenever,
Yeah.
he's like, okay, here's some comfort food,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there were other things too, but the ending is just really hits me because, oh, I don't know. Because I feel like I've been reckoning with that my whole life, this sort of vanishing that was never real.
that never
Yeah.
was. On a bridge collapsing to the future.
Yeah.
So here we
Yeah.
are, we're in this liminal state. We don't know what's,
It's so
you
stressful.
know, this is the world vanishing that never really was. Here we
Yeah.
are, we're out here, you know, we're out here just in this suspended state. But something is happening.
Yes.
Something very important, of course. Um, Something is happening. We all know this, and I think for those of us who have this history and this estrangement, a lot of mine is centered around, finding recovery and taking a different path. And I think I think all of us are feeling estranged
Hmm.
in ways,
Hmm.
you know, from where we thought we came from. Like my husband and I often talk about, that isn't what they taught us in school.
Yeah.
Because we grew up in the, old school. We grew up,
Hmm.
pledge allegiance to the flag, and I guess they maybe still do that.
Well,
But
I think also do unto others is a big one that people are taught, and the golden rule and treating people with respect. And so that's been a real, I guess it just means certain people, and I think it always has meant certain people,
Yeah,
but we just didn't really, and on lots of times that, I mean, the person wasn't me, but I thought it was that I was defective or broken, like we were talking about at the beginning, and that you realize,
exactly.
it's not you, it's the system. And I think it can be really just heartbreaking and devastating when you think, oh, this is a whole system. But I think it can also be really liberating because it means that it's not you.
Yeah, it reminds me of something Michael Singer used in the title of his book, Untether.
Mm-hmm.
Untether. Well, it sounds really good, you know, but it is a process, and it includes grief and
Oh,
loss,
so much grief. Yeah.
profound grief and loss.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing you hit on that I wanted to grab onto was that we're not
Yeah.
broken. And the heart of I have a Substack account now. Everybody
Yes.
go join me there.
Yes.
But the name of my Substack is There's Nothing Wrong with You.
Yeah.
And there never was. See, this is the unraveling. This is the unraveling. And so yeah, I was like you. I thought, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I was taught this and I believed it. And then when things were incongruent in my world, I thought something was wrong with me.
Yeah.
I took that on, I internalized it, talk about shame based
Yeah.
and I just, all of that conditioning and all of that programming really didn't I could see the hypocrisy. I could see the incongruency, but I was told that there wasn't any.
Mm-hmm.
I was told, oh no, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're the one with the problem. Okay, let's cue up Taylor Swift. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah. She's doing a lot for a lot of people, um,
I love her.
including me.
Yeah.
So I think that feeling of pointing out the hypocrisy and being told that it's you, and why can't you just let it go, and what's your problem, and it really does a number on you.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's watching if someone's saying that to
It's
you,
it's crazy making.
yeah, it's
You know?
not you.
And I
And
want to say you are not the problem. Okay.
right,
It's not
right,
you. You're not the problem. So
yeah,
take that with you.
yeah. So
Put it in
what
your
was it
back.
like for you writing this poem,
What
Kelly?
was it like for me?
Yeah, like, did you have to sift through things, or was this just the thing you wrote and you knew, and or
I
it
think
varies?
I think at this moment in time, it came through me because of that grief and
Yeah,
that longing that I have for what never was,
yeah,
what was and never
yeah,
was.
yeah, for sure.
I have a longing for that, and so that seemed to be what wanted to come to the forefront, even though I had a lot of ideas about the assignment. And I was excited. I was like, wow. And I want to
Yeah.
do some more poems based on
Yes.
this assignment.
Yes.
But that seemed to be the one that wanted to come forth,
Mhm.
to acknowledge and affirm, that loss and that longing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it, even though it never was, it was, we're in this paradox, between worlds kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I think
what's the next world? There's a new world coming. So this poem wanted to bridge those two worlds, I think is what it felt
I think
like.
I did. I really felt that and I have set out to write a poem sort of like you did, where I can sit with all the beauty of the things that I love so much,
Yeah.
that gave me sustenance, right? That made me the person that I am, that gave me love and care. And but this 2025, that's my goal, because I circle back to this poem on my birthday every year. And
Oh, wow.
I would really like to, because there were so many daily joys that I'm so grateful for. But you can't, like you said, sort of one comes. I mean, that's been my experience. It doesn't really quite matter what my intention is. It's like the poem just kind of says, oh, it's just fun right now,
Yeah.
you know? Write it.
It's what
Yeah.
wanted to come. And,
Yeah.
and I've been finding that in my writing on my Substack
Yeah.
newsletters that it's something that wants to come, and I just have to kind of follow that, or at least that's what I'm doing. I could do something else, but I'm allowing that to be you know the basis of my writing there, because um, something comes that wants to come, and it just seems so much more meaningful. So,
I
um,
also think it's such a thrill to sort of follow the muse or whatever you want to call it. Like there is
yeah.
just something very satisfying about it. I was talking with a visual artist friend of mine, and she was saying she always feels a little bit woo when she talks about it. Oh, there goes my light. And it was nice while it lasted. And she always feels like a little woo talking about it, but it feels good. You know, it's like, I think it's part of what brought us here to continue to even do the writing or the art or whatever it is, like, because it feels like bigger than us, like for
Well,
the same,
let's get really woo. It's spirit led.
right. That's how it
Yeah,
feels, right?
for me
Yeah.
it is. The
It's like the
spirit is
same
very
thing as
much.
like why I
Yeah.
love the ocean,
Hmm.
like, because it's bigger than me and it's carrying me forward. And it's like,
And there's this great, immense
yeah.
majesty and wonder and beauty of this universe, and that's whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. And you'd like get a little bit of it. It feels good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm happy that you had that experience with the poem because I sort of, it makes me happy when I hear that because it's like if I can give people just a little bit of feeling in touch with that, I feel like that's such a gift.
Yeah. And what if we can carry the gifts of the past, like you touched on, with us? I'm thinking for some reason of Lydia Yuknevich's book Thrust, where she has a character name. Her name, I can't think of her name right now, but it means liberty or
Mm-hmm.
something. And anyway, this character, this narrator, not the narrator, this character carries things with her into this, you know, new world, into this new world, which is made of water, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can carry forward into this new world, this bridge collapsing into the future, we can carry these things that were given to us with us. So, like the sunflowers in my grandma's garden, and the music that I was surrounded with, even in the forms of hymns or in her old Kentucky ballads, and the stories that she told me. Those are the things I can keep. You know.
That was such an image of her strumming her guitar and telling you stories. And I just think those people who saw us and nurtured us, like, thank you to all those people who did that for me.
Yeah, she. Yeah, I feel like her. I have her blood or something. It's whatever that
Yeah.
was that just
Mm-hmm.
implanted on me, and I feel it in my blood, and
Yeah.
it really is her Kentucky heritage, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's one of story and
Mm-hmm.
ballad,
Mm-hmm.
resilience, and hard times. You
Yeah.
know.
And I also feel this kind of like it's an honor to carry on what they
Yeah,
planted in us. Like this is my privilege to do this because I mean my maternal grandmother wasn't getting to talk about anything she was feeling or experiencing. So
yeah,
neither was my paternal grandmother, but I don't feel a connection with her in
yeah,
the same way. Like so I can speak about what
yeah,
I'm thinking and feeling, and that's a privilege and one that I'm grateful for.
yeah,
So
and we are giving voice in ways that they never could.
no.
Like I think Bert Hellinger says, of the person, the misfit, the oddball in the family, you are the dream of your
Mhm.
ancestors.
Oh, I love that. That's really beautiful. It's gonna make me cry.
I know, because I
That's
feel
so
their
lovely.
support.
Yeah, I
I
do
feel like
too.
home
Actually,
gives,
that's so true.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, like I mean, my mom calls them my angels, but yeah,
hmm,
same. You know, um,
yeah,
yeah, it's. I think it's nice when you feel that connection to your ancestors. That
yeah, I do
yeah,
very much. Estrangement is hard.
it is hard, and I mean, and I'm glad you brought up the grief not of the past that didn't exist, but I think also of that. I mean, that is what it is, the family that you wish you'd had that you didn't have. And someone in a Morgan actually mentioned in a comment like all the rage too, and I mean that's there obviously, but
Mhm.
underneath it was just so much sadness, like because I think we all long to have a family that's loving, you
Yeah.
know,
Well, and speaking of carrying those gifts forward, I'm having the thought of the things that we don't want to carry forward.
for sure.
And that is really the essence of the work that we're doing, is the things we're not carrying forward, as well as the things that we
Yeah.
are carrying forward, that we wish to carry forward, but so many things that need transmuting and healing and transforming, and so that we can put down, hopefully, for the generations, that follow. Maybe that's grandiose, I don't know, but I hang on to
I
it.
mean, why not?
What the heck?
Let's think we're doing something good for the future. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah,
I think just even being honest about the challenges that I've faced in my life, like, I mean, if they come to me with issues they have with me, I think that I'm open to hearing about them and talking about them and not just telling them to go, like, good luck with this. I don't do anything wrong. I
right.
mean, I just think that's a different thing and it matters. And I think it matters. That's how I get up in the morning, really about all things. I think it matters. Otherwise, you just kind of lay in bed. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think, yeah, I have that same gift or thing of it matters. Yeah. So I really connect with you on that. Yeah.
yeah,
I think
because
that we can feel that, we can sense that in each other,
mm-hmm.
I feel it in your writing.
Oh, thank you. That's really, I mean, and thank you for that feedback about Mercy, the animated essay. It was such a gift to have Asha like said, "Oh, how do you feel about me animating this?" I was like, "I feel great about
Yeah.
it."
It was,
you
I
know,
just fell in love with the whole thing.
it was
So
just
kudos
really,
to
I
us.
just love collaborating too. Like, I really truly feel that it gets stronger, our words or our art or whatever, like when other
Synergy,
people are invested in it. Yeah.
synergy. And
Yeah.
yeah, I do too. We should collaborate on something.
Sure.
I mean, we are right now, but
Yes, that's right. You got to start somewhere.
yeah.
So, um, any other things before we wrap up, Kelly?
Just at this momentous time,
Yeah, really.
1 week away from the election, please vote and know that we can't have the light without the dark, and we sort of stand here in the middle, and and somehow we got to walk through. And I know when I reject the dark, it takes away the light. I can't just have one. I'm a chaser of light.
Mhm.
I want only light, but somehow we're trying to come to some sort of equilibrium and balance, I think, as a collective. So I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm preaching now. I was supposed to grow up to be a preacher.
So the poem
It was, I was
has
raised in this religion, and
connected to you, right?
seriously, it was one of my only optional futures. So anyway, that I don't have much more. Just that I really enjoyed this a lot.
Oh, so did I. We get there. We all get there, Kelly. It's like
Yeah,
we're talking. Like, I don't really know
yeah,
some
yeah,
stuff. I mean, but I think that for me, the takeaway is, um, it all matters.
yeah.
Nothing's, wasted. Just keep going.
And you
And
matter. You matter.
yes, and it
Whoever's here listening.
wasn't your
Yeah.
fault. And that we can remember the things that were beautiful. Like just because we're saying, "Hey, we wish it had been different." Um, Clearly, we wish it had been different. It doesn't mean there weren't pieces
Mhm.
of real beauty
Yeah.
that built us into the people that we are. So I feel that very strongly, and I felt like your poem said that so beautifully. So thank you, Kelly. I really appreciate you. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.